second quarter, give Dar City a little bit of momentum coming into this the first quarter coming into the second quarter. And now, Dar City, well, they have possession and they can't take the lead.
Here we go. Junior Madud. Pressing high, look at that from Valente, and the ball has been turned over here. Dunned out for a 2-shot. Again, he is impeccable from every range. Not just any range, any specific range, every range.
That was just great individual showcase of his skill set from Luanda Dar. Hard foul.
It's up to 4. Foster with an offensive foul. And Foster will pick up his first personal.
First team foul.
Just getting in the way of Luanda Dar.
Trying to make full use of the screen there was Madud, but Foster hit down just a little bit out of position.
Moreira goes charging through, protected the ball so well despite the bigs in the paint.
A very tough take, and you see the athleticism. He's probably one of the most athletic players here in the conference, is Closio Castro.
Trying to find options, trying to find looks, trying to find space there. The defense very aggressive for Petro de Luanda, as you can see in Valente. That's the second time he's managed to make a turnover. Oh, is he, did he lose his possession? That's a wild pass, but it's good enough. Junior Madud bites his time, finally, waits for the cavalry to arrive.
Well, Valente went to ground, and in a contact situation, hasn't gotten up yet, and you can see he's taking his time right now. And oh, yeah, just that looked like a little twist of the ankle.
It's not good. And he hobbles off. Valente will get some treatment there, it looks like. Lucani coming on.
Well, they do have depth in their roster, but that will still be a concern. Valente has been standout performer for this Petro de Luanda team in his first season in the Basketball Africa League.
Oh, so slick, isn't he? You know, he averages, what, 3 steals a block, 66.7 from the field. That's finally Londor who gets his first points to the BAL, as we see Dimish on the bench.
17 years young, but on the scouting radar of global scouts, and come up through the Real Madrid youth system. Someone to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah, and a big wingspan, very physical as well. He's a big guy.
Yeah, listed at 213, 124 kilograms.
I mean, that's someone you don't really want to mess with if you're trying to find your way through the paint.
Absolutely not. Had a solid frame. Petro de Luanda, meanwhile, finds himself the opportunity at the free throw line.
And that's a second foul for Junior Madud.
But he was really excellent in his last outing. Was Petro de Luanda, 15 points, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. Just gave us just gave Petro a little bit of impetus with his long-range shooting and helped him find some confidence on the floor.
There, and he gets himself into the starting 5. You can pick your winner as well, can't you?
BAL.nba.com/team vote.
Who are you going to vote for, Dar City or Petro de Luanda? Junior Madud. Here's Mandor, the strength, that is brilliant on Castro as well. So it's the 2+1.
It's his position first, inside the paint. Castro, we talked about his frame, we talked about his size. You see here,
that strength. He's not letting go of the ball cue. And he's coming up against muscle man, isn't he, Castro?
2 big guys going to battle inside the paint. Then Mandor goes with the right hand, gets that finish, and he's on a chance for a 3-point play.
Oh, I like it. Well played. Up to 5.
We've seen some great performances over the years from our NBA Academy players, and this could be the chance for Luanda to take advantage.
Chomche, Malawash, I mean, you know, the list is very long. Good rebounding, that is from Junior Madud. And I saw Babacar Sani scoring 24 points, I think, in Germany, with a windmill thrown into the mix only yesterday.
Yeah, the Elevate program has been superb.
Oh, the rebound, can't get his hands on it. Castro with a second foul on Landor.
Inside the paint is the big body Luanda, and there is reward for hustle. See, Zuzua, nothing that Dundao could do to box him out, and he's inside the paint, picks up the foul.
And he's a big guy, you know, he's a very big guy. So every time puts himself in that position, and he will start to get more time, get more confidence, be able to replace Tabit in a different kind of way. He's learning from some of the masters here in Africa as well. High screen for him. Junior Madud gets the back out. There's a long-range shot coming in to Chomi. Hits the three. That was a solid connection there. And they're level at 29.
He's had the flow state since the start of the game, and he continues to just shoot the ball exceptionally well.
Buyamba. Castro, Dundao, cuts inside. Back out to Luceni. Comes off the other side. Foster with a solid rebound as well. Zuzua, the shooter, down in the corner, waits, bides his time. But it's Junior Madud who steps back and goes for another three. Hits the three!
They are so dangerous, especially in transition, and especially from the three-point line. Madud unlocking a three.
Connect. That's what it's all about.
Dar City, three-point lead.
Luceni trying to find himself and untangle himself from the bigs in the paint. Connection has been made. Junior Madud on his third foul. He's not in a great place.
So that will be a cause for concern for sure. You see Madud stepping back, rips the nylon, and on the end, well, this was to Tommy from the same spot. Same result.
We love to see that.
Wonderful expression coming in from Tabi. Gonsalves now at the free throw line.
Gaku and Moreira coming back on Buyamba. Castro's come on. He's found it a little bit complicated out there, picking up those two fouls, getting just one score. Such an important player, but we also know that he's so physical that he gets himself into foul trouble.
He really is valuable within their defensive schemes. Paint protector and rebounding, scored in there.
Okay, the lead has changed and Dar City take advantage. Junior Madud off the front of the rim, made safe for the back. Jock. Luceni. Gaku. Goes into the paint, trying to spin off his man, trying to do the damage. Oh, and that is fabulous work there from Gaku, just using time as an asset.
And using fantastic footwork to free up some space. It's patience, poise, and execution.
Junior Madud. Great work. Look at the hands there. And the finish is fantastic from Luceni. Jock read the situation so well. He was all over that man, Landor.
Read the situation, made the pass in anticipation, and Petro steal the lead.
By 1 point.
It began with a dream of connecting the heart of Africa to the world. The first pioneers were brave, venturing into skies unknown, and today the same spirit lives on. Luanda soars higher, carrying dreams and stretching our frontiers. It's not just a flight, it's an experience, the kind where every detail is designed to make you feel at home. Luanda is more than an airline. We are a bridge between Africa and the world, between you and your dreams. Welcome to Kigali.
Well, let's take a look at some of the team stats here, Q.
Well, Utomi, 3 of 4, a model of efficiency with his 4 rebounds and assists. It's Madut, who's got 8, 2, and 5. And what he's been able to do is just fill a role that has been left with the mission of not being available. Justin Domingo, 6 points and 2 assists. Yannick Moreira and 4 other players, all on 4 points apiece for Petro. And what they've done is piece together a team performance that has seen them put a 1-point lead on the scoreboard.
15 fast break points for Dar City, just to give you all an idea of what they've been about. They've matched the speed of Petro de Luanda, which I really like. They've basically said, we're not going to get fooled by this, quick transition basketball that they play so well.
And Petro's bench continues to deliver because, of course, Children Down comes in off that bench, 17 points for them.
Off the back there for Utomi, otherwise they would have moved back ahead. Now's a chance to try and extend that advantage. Jock from the top of the D. Hits a 3. It's a sumptuous 3 as well.
In rhythm, full flow. Peter Jock with another long-range connection.
Utomi. Susua trying to deal with Dundao. Goes Londoor doing really well. That is brilliant work. He doesn't manage to get the 2, but how he out-muscled Gaku, well, he'll take a lot from that.
And you see why. There's just so much excitement around, his physical play inside the paint. And I look at a couple of his games, and it's his footwork inside, but also his physicality. And right there is an example of the physicality and hustle. He picks up the rebound, picks up the foul.
But when you're that big and you're agile, you've got so much to offer to a team, correct?
100% correct.
And he's on his toes, and he's making sure that he's quick to get up to try and, steal the ball, get his hands on the rebound. And once he does, it's a little bit, I'm not comparing him to David Craig, but I'm saying that he's so colossal, Herculean, that he will just not allow anybody to get that ball back out of his hands.
And we can dig back into the bag for Coach Kabi Gay, who's not scared to use elevate players. If you recall, when Kaman Maluwash was a part of AS1, started him in the final.
There we go. You read the scenario. Dundao gets a little bit of a knock there. Susua will pick up his first foul. And a chance here for Petro de Luanda to regain possession and try and work their magic once again.
So quick coming off that screen forces you to make a decision or commit a foul.
Lucchini, it all opens up. That's brilliant running. The pass. I love that. You talk about dimes. There's another silver dollar in the paint there for Moreira from Lucchini.
Critical connection. You see in sync finish from Moreira.
Lucchini getting in the way. Junior Madut holds him off. Calmly goes up and he draws the foul. It's a +1 play.
Well, he did all the work on the defensive end to first pick up that ball. And I actually thought that he thought about passing it off to the trailer. Nothing doing. He went up by himself, got to finish.
So Junior Madut getting a little bit isolated there. I think that you probably need, it would be better to actually have, at least someone else helping him out at the same time, because there was only one option, I get the impression.
And given the foul scenario, he picks up his 3rd foul now. Perhaps better served just letting the score happen and staying on the floor, but now he's got to really temper back some of that defensive aggression.
And that's Tabit with 2, and you've got Junior Madut with 3. Here he is up against Jock. There's the South Sudan connection, trying to go around the outside. That's brilliant play. Kicks it back out. Susua for a 3-shot. Oh! Lasering it in. Triple it is.
Long-range assassin is Lisbeth Susua. 6th assist there for Madut.
Up to 7 he goes, 2 less than Utomi, 1 less than Junior Madut. It's a 5-point lead here. Dundao, we've got 3:45 left to play. Dundao, of course, is capable of absolutely anything. Little knockback there just to get the ball back into the hands of Lucchini from Gaku. Moreira, no one was watching. He gets a second chance. He can't hook it over. It was there for the taking from Moreira.
But Moreira, a rare miss on his left hand, and you see the presence of Landor inside the paint on the right hand. Forces the miss.
Now, plenty of time. Long-range shot, high over the top from Junior Madud.
Where I wouldn't have expected a miss of that nature from Madud, but he missed absolutely everything on that shot. He goes straight out of bounds. Really put a foot wrong in this one. I'm sure he accompanied that went that way. 8 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds for Junior Madud.
Moreira replaced by Alonu.
These changes really being forced now by the presence of young Landore inside the paint. Multiple bodies being thrown.
Now he's got a BAL champion with the Zamalek coming up against him. This is going to be an interesting battle of the bigs, but before that, 3-shot for Gaku, and the wiggle follows.
The Gaku glide.
It's Zuzua spins, tries to go up. Oh, he's been fouled there by Alonu. Goes down. And that's going to be his second personal. Lovely spin, very quick to get around Dundao. And it's just a little bit of contact with that arm.
Gaku, dangerous threat from the 3-point line.
Okay, watch what follows afterwards. Oh, we didn't get the dance. We'll get it next time.
We'll go with Gaku glide.
Gaku glide. Zuzua, he's got what? 8 points now.
Depth in scoring, versatility around the perimeter. That's what Dar City have showcased so far in the opening 3 games.
Zuzua averaging 35.4 minutes per game. Chance for Dundao. Dundao goes wiggling, sneaking around, off the glass. Oh, wow! Incredible.
That brings a good look from the bench. Petro bench all fired up. And Dundao, very little Landore could do, but you look at that man, Elonu, turning back the clock, hammers it home.
Shudder to think. That was his comeuppance time, wasn't it? Totally deserved. In the basket, slammed down. The big man has arrived.
Wow.
.234 left. There he is, 4 points, 3 assists, and 3 from 3. He's the best free throw shooter in the Kalahari Conference, is Dundao. He's absolutely killing it, isn't he? He's got 16 of 17 coming into this one, 94.1%.
And this is the second one, uncharacteristically. So that dunk by Alonu doesn't count, but that does.
Yeah. That's why he went to the free throw line. Fouled before the score, but look what happens on the floor again. All sorts of chaos happening here. The Dar City defense in problems.
Being disorientated here by the speed of Dundao. Picks up the loose ball, gets inside again. The little hook shot, little floater. And there is the contact.
And that's number 4 for him. Junior Madud is in foul trouble already. We're not even at the end of the first half. He walks.
Being forced to go deeper and deeper into his rotation as Ali Faraj. He makes his way onto the floor.
Yeah, Ali Faraj, Tanzanian. It's a local core player, best 3-point shooter in the BDL League. Nominated to be Sports Personality of the Year in February 2026. Didn't get it, but he got nominated, Q.
He got nominated.
I mean, come on.
Best 3-point shooter and finals MVP in the Tanzanian League.
Yeah, but for 24, 25, and 26, 3 years in a row. He's got something, hasn't he?
He's got a chance. That's what he has. An opportunity here to help orchestrate a comeback for Dar City.
And we can just see that Ashley Birch is at the table at the moment. Just
being summoned now is Faraj. Abdallah.
So Junior Madud needs to come back on.
He's got a shot.
Shot, yeah, and then he can make the change afterwards. So he's just waiting on the sideline until this is over. I just hope that he doesn't pick up another foul. Stay out of trouble.
At this point, it's hands in the air because they do need him, but I can only see him coming back midway through the fourth unless there's a gamble taken by Coach Fabi Gay.
Now we have to say there's how many seconds on the shot clock, which is there's nothing up there at the moment, so we need to get that sorted.
I don't understand why the substitution is not allowed. Okay, now it is.
Okay, and now okay. So shot clock has got the 14 up, so we're all good to go. Lukeni, Ilonu, Dundao, Ali Faraj needs to keep an eye on Dundao. Let's see if he can deal with him. Oh, it's pass is not good. That's very rare. Good ball out, pass out to Zuzua. Oh, he's passed this ball straight to Jock. And Lukeni and Petro de Luanda collect. They try and build on their lead. It goes over the top. Gaku. Ali Faraj collects. Out wide to Atomi. 3 shots. Short. They've got a 9-point lead here with 1:45. It is a time for Petro de Luanda to push on forward. Try and get into double figures. Lukeni into the corner. Well, Ali Faraj has committed a foul on Dundao. And it's 5 team fouls, so he'll go to the free throw line.
Well, despite the miss from Dar City, you do see how they've been able to compile those 15 fast break points. You know, they're lightning quick in transition. And if they can keep that style of play, it might just keep them in the game. But that means that they've got to continue to put defensive pressure on the Angolan champions.
Well, Dundao at the free throw line, you know that he's always going to be in a good place. And he's always near guaranteeing points on the pile.
The 27 points he scored against Al Ahly are his career high in the Basketball Africa League. He has had 13 assists against Creole Star. That was in the 2025 season, and then 8 assists against Cobra Sport, and that was in 2022.
There you go, second season, right?
Yeah.
Londo up against Ilonu. Oh, look at that from Lukeni getting in the way.
8 steals against Cobra Sport. That I think is still a BAL record. We have a look here at the work from Landor. This time, well guarded by Lukeni on the other side.
Timing was key. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Faraj, Zuzua. Lukeni around the outside. Oh, he's running into trouble. But of course, there's always a solution. Blake with the take, the drive, and the glass in the in.
That is a finishing class. It is masterful from Blake on the run. Soft touch off the backboard.
And now look at the lead. It's gone up to 13. This is not ideal for Papi Gay. Pass by Faraj. Lukeni drives in. Layup for 2. And a 15-point lead with 40 seconds left to play.
Well, trouble here for Lukeni. He picks up a technical foul. And, you know, after the good work on the defensive end, into the passing lane he goes. It's just so superb. Holds it all up. And there, because I think he's putting his hand up. It looks like,
I thought he said putting his hand up to celebrate, but in fact he touches the ball, so they can't play quick.
and it's interpreted like that by the referee. And Lukeni still pleading his case with the officials, but technical foul is called, and Zuzua converts.
Well, Zuzua will take that every single day. He's up to 10 points, Zuzua, first player in the Dar City team from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
I do think that was accidental, though, but
I do too. But there again, it stalls and it stops them from playing, get the ball rolling. Oh, there's the pass there, and it's unable. Foster couldn't quite get it. Too low to the feet there from Faraj.
the communication between the two guys, you see Faraj saying that should have perhaps gone up top. Foster couldn't collect, and it is Petro de Luanda. They have a lead.
The trouble is that, with Junior Majid with 4 fouls, of course, and you got Tabit with 2, Londo with 2. They just got to be a little bit careful. But having them off the floor, 2 of their starting 5 is obviously a problem because you can see that they don't have the same bench as Petro de Luanda, and they don't have Dimish.
And they've lost Dimish. Dimish was 39.8 minutes, 28.7 points. He had 6 rebounds, over 7 rebounds and 8 assists. That's a big gap to fill. But you said it a little bit earlier, the mentality's got to be next man up. If someone is unavailable, someone else on the bench has got to take the responsibility and fill the minutes up with production. Petro de Luanda, 24 points in the paint, and 17 of those field goals. You see, the three-point shooting from Dar City kept them in the game. They made 3 more than Petro de Luanda. Biggest lead of the game was 15, and 16 turnovers forced by Petro, and they are the best in the BAL at converting those points into points. Those turnovers into points.
Shoot your shots. Fans are having a blast here. They have been since the first day. Plenty of entertainment here with Slim Dope, the MC, and the team who are just strutting their stuff, doing their stuff. It's a competition where you've got the lion or the zebra or the giraffe.
I just love that competition.
And you've got to have that. It goes around the arena and it gets past, and you've got to get to the finishing line first, and everybody gets excited about that one. That's your favorite, Q.
It is my favorite. The fans really get behind it, and it adds so much atmosphere to the already electric atmosphere that we're experiencing here at Sunbet.
You always go for the giraffe.
You've heard me scream, well, cry out.
You squeal sometimes, That's it. Dundao into the paint. Gaku, big shot coming in. It's been made. There's a little bit of contact there from Elonu. He's going to get a foul there, and that's his 3rd. So that's the first moment where we've actually seen that it is a little bit of a concern.
Lots of contact inside the paint. Both teams are independent. 10.4 seconds remaining. Elonu now, he's picked up, like you said, his 3rd foul, Robbie. And, well, they do have rotation options, and it happens really quickly because Moreira coming on in.
But you've got to play that game as well. You've got to play that game. They've pushed, and you've got Castro, who's got those 2 quick fouls that picked up from this man here, Londo, and he is the man who's going to cause issues in the paint. Put him in the right place, get the ball in his hands. The defense are going to go ballistic around him. He will cause Kalahari chaos in the paint, Q. I told you before, and I'll tell you again.
Definitely will. 7 points now for 17-year-old Landor.
Elonu has moved away, and it's Buyambo who's come on to replace him. Nice bucket. Good scoring. Up to 8 points. More time on the floor, more points coming in. Last play of this first half. 4 seconds left. Luke Kenny trying to get the shot. Doesn't manage to get it. It goes up. Doesn't go in. And that's the end of this second quarter. 41-53. They cut it down to 12 points. Dar City playing second fiddle to Petro de Luanda. We'll be back for the highlights soon.
Thank you.
At 3 p.m., RSP Tigers of Luanda takes on Tanzania's Dar City. And at 6 p.m., allegedly, all Libya matches up against your very own, the Johannesburg Lions. Visit beyond.com for tickets and more information. Ready to take your BL experience to the next level? Stay connected all season long by following the BL on social media at the BL. And make sure to visit the BL.com for exclusive content, game highlights, and more. Don't forget to share your experience from tonight's game using the official hashtag FBAL. Let's see who brings the best game day vibes.
And now for your all-time performance presented to you by Petro de Luanda. But next up, one of the top sons artists in South Africa in 2025. No more hit bangers, top single, only train on to the road. Ching, boom, boom, boom. From that, Victoria, accompanied by my Papa Bella. Please make noise for Son Mapuma.
Halftime show with Scott's Mafuma, of course, local hero. Big singer here in South Africa, of course, in Africa. As we take a look at the highlights. And it all started off with that man there, Blake, with the take, with the two.
Petro getting right into the flow of the offense, but the counter from Utomi, who seemed locked in, and well, he certainly was. Every touch almost magical as he powered his way to 9 points in the first. And here it is, Utomi in rhythm, and it was all Dar City really to start out here at Sunbit Arena in the first bit of the first quarter.
Yeah, this Domingos is really laying it down, the floor general. Big shots, big scores. Got a couple of open shots there at the start, but Blake also delivering from outside. Jock as well.
Going on their biggest run of the game. That was 15 unanswered points before Matut finds the range from the 3-point line, feeding Utomi, who knocked down another long-range shot. 3 of 4 from the 3-point line for Utomi, leading the scoring from the 3-point line.
32 points off the bench for Petro de Luanda. Very important to score there for Junior Madua, dropping in a big three. 3-point separation difference at that point. But then Petro de Luanda, they just found openings.
Zazua off the feed. Madut still on the floor. Knocks down 6 of 12. They were from the 3-point line. Gaku in the corner. All good.
And those 3 minutes at the end of the second quarter were so important because they managed to move ahead and lead by 12.
13 of 29, Dar City, compared to the 20 of 36 from Petro de Luanda. The 12-point differential has seen sharp shooting from Dar from the outside, but excellence in execution inside the paint. A big factor. 2 things for Petro de Luanda: 32 bench points, 24 points. Well, 20 points coming from turnovers and 24 points in the paint.
Yeah, it's big, isn't it? Take a look at the numbers.
Now 2 of 3. Zazua 10 points on 3 of 9 shooting. Utomi's points have all come from the perimeter. He's got 4 rebounds and a single assist. And, well, we have to talk about Mohamedou Landor. He's been fantastic since his introduction. Hashim David found himself in a bit of foul trouble. The young man has been good for Dar City.
You know, and if Dar City end up going to, the finals, I'm sure that he could play in the BAL Elevate team, in Kigali. But anyway, we're not going to go there just yet. Let him play his game and let him perform. 41-53, Petro de Luanda leads. When we come back, we'll take a look at the key players from the first 2 quarters.
Like and subscribe, guys. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Let's target 100 subscribers. Target 100 subscribers. Please make sure that you subscribe. Target 100 subscribers.
The best of Amapiano mix. This is what it's all about. Scott Smapuma in the house. And then we've got some of the key players who have also been showing up here in the Summit Arena. This man here, Otomi, hitting some massive shots from out wide.
Otomi seems to be completely locked in from first possession. Found a couple of open spaces and, well, sharp shooting from the three-point line has helped open up his game. Really, we've seen different dimensions of Otomi's game throughout the conference. You know, he's showcased his mid-range ability, but now leaning in a little bit further back at the three-point line, bringing him a lot of joy. He goes 3 for 5, and that's where he gets his 9 points from. Happy to step into the shot and help showcase Dar City's legitimate ability to just pounce back at a whim.
Now they trail by 12, Q. He needs to really turn it up because that second quarter wasn't prolific. He wasn't omnipresent in the way that he was in the first quarter. Getting his range and getting the hot hands in the third quarter, it could most definitely, they need that now.
Well, a concern really will be the turnover number that we saw, the 16 turnovers that were accounted for in that first half, and then being able to convert those into points. That is the identity of Petro de Luanda. 11 points on 27% and 17 from the three-point line. What has improved dramatically is his efficiency in this one, and he's making his shots count with limited shot attempts. Rebounding and assist numbers, they stay consistent so far.
4 rebounds each from each game, of course, and he's, you know, his physical presence. He needs to come into the 4. He needs to, you know, make his mark. You know, it's going to be important that he, you know, pulls his A game out.
13.3 points, 2 rebounds and an assist, and 55% from the field. He's really struggled from the three-point line, but on the other side, chilled him down. Well, he's having quite the tournament and continues to just build on what has been an amazing turnaround since the Afrobasket in Angola. Building on his form, continuing to just carry responsibility, and what he's done for country is now starting to make its way to his club.
Well, yeah, MVP, of course, the Afrobasket. The fact is that Dundao coming off the bench, it's working. It's working. Yeah, you kind of think that it'd be an automatic starter in the five. Not the case. I think it works really nicely the way that you've got Domingos who sets the tone, sets the flavor of where they want to go. Then all of a sudden, you think you're going to have a little bit of calm when you take some of the top 5 performers off. No, it's not the case. You got Dundao, you got Buyamba, you got Castro. You've got a whole list. Blake's coming on. This is just colossal. This is depth.
But he leads the team in scoring, 19.7 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. And his steals number is always going to be up there, 1.7, got 9 on 67%, 3 assists and a rebound. And maybe the one number that he'll be concerned about is that he hasn't made anything from the three-point line, which is uncharacteristic based on what we've seen from him in the last 6 to 7 months.
Listen, he's playing 12 minutes, 21, going into the third quarter. He's not got, he's at 66% basically of his time on the floor. I don't know, if Domingos doesn't perform and he has to come on, he'll score more points.
He certainly will, and you can almost guarantee that at least one of his three-point attempts will fall in. His perimeter shooting has been a key improvement factor for him.
Well, let's take a break and we'll be back after this little moment. Pretoria is where we are. Utomi Dundao are the star players so far in this battle between Dar City and Petro de Luanda.
They have certainly featured within the style of play for their teams. They will play a big role here in the second half. And the Jacaranda City, well, that is the platform here at Sunbet Arena where the final 20 minutes of this second game in the Basketball Africa League here on Good Friday was going to be a fantastic one.
Yeah, well, for one team, it's not going to be a Good Friday. It's going to be less good than the other. But I get your call. Petro de Luanda look good. Good Friday for Petro de Luanda for the moment. Looking very strong, looking very committed to what they do. And the defending of Dar City, who've done really well. A couple of times they got back, they've moved ahead, but they haven't managed to really spook this Angolan team, to the point where they've had to make some crazy adjustments. It's just business as usual for Petro.
Spoke about it a little bit earlier, and Coach Moreno going 11-man deep in terms of his rotation. And right now, they have 10 players who've been able to put themselves on the scoreboard. You know, their depth, their versatility, and their willingness to share the ball has been a key part of Petro's DNA. Dar City have been amazing in their introductory, in their debut season in the Basketball Africa League. Their guard play and sharp shooting has dominated what we've seen from them. But the Tanzanian champions, they're going to have some work cut out for them because Petro de Luanda in the second half, the defensive intensity and pressure ramps up just a little bit.
There's Longjor, 8 points for the 17-year-old, a teenager getting his first taste of BAL. This is brilliant. We love this. And yeah, this is great. Part of the team. Just saw Jolo Electoral having a couple of words with Junior Madut, you know, just to give a little bit of advice. Some 4 fouls, of course, and he, you know, that's not a great position to be. He probably needs to take on some kind of advice to get himself, because when he comes on the floor, he's prone to making a fair thing walking.
Offensive players might target him wherever he is in the defensive scheme, because if they get him to commit, he'll be off the floor in a flash. And what Coach Papi Gay will do will perhaps protect him. Well, we'll wait and see to see what the strategy is from the former BL Coach of the Year.
Pick your winner.
Pick your winner.
Pick your winner. What are you up to? I know who you voted for. You told me earlier.
BL.nba.com/teamvote. My vote is my secret.
Dar City.
Privacy screen.
Or Petro de Luanda. Dar City or Petro de Luanda.
How about vote for both?
You're not allowed. Double voting is not possible. Double dipping, no. All right, come on. Behave yourself, Q. You're just stepping over the line. You're stepping over the line. You're being a little bit naughty.
Slightly, just a little bit.
Have a little drink of your fire water. Well, he's going to start straight from the top. And that's going to be important. Junior Madut does start. He's got 4 fouls straight into action. They'll be aware of that, Petro de Luanda. Be careful. And Tabit's back on as well. Starting 5. Chance for them to try and do something. There's the chance. Well, he's already pinched the ball. Junior Madut going right through. Goes high off the glass. Doesn't manage to get the score. Picked up there by Blake. Blake charging up into enemy territory. Domingos collects.
So it's Castro and Gaku alongside Lukeni, Dominguez, and Blake in for Petro.
Yeah, a little bit different for Petro, isn't it? Little touch there by Zuzua to prevent Castro from getting his hands on it. Ball back in the hands of the men in yellow, the Angolan Giants, the champions, most successful African basketball club on the continent. Look at this. This is interesting. Happy Gay talking with D-Mish. Tactics.
Interesting because you spoke about Madut being on the floor. Real risk. See how they manage this in this first start of this third quarter.
Rolls out the back, collected again by Gaku. Have to defend, have to get the rebounds. This is just all about Petro since the first minute. Doing whatever they want to do. It's hooked over the top. Follow-up shot, and that's good work from Castro. I don't mean it wasn't second, third, fourth. I don't know how many chances they had, but they got their points.
Dominguez, well, stays with it, picks up the second chance opportunity, and Petro, they power ahead to a 14-point lead.
Dar City need to shake, bake, score. No one there for the rebound. Kenny collects. Floater. Made safe by Tabit. Junior Madut.
Tempered start here at the beginning of the third quarter by both teams.
Shot clock down to 10. Junior Madut goes up for 3 shots. No one there. Tabit can't get there quick enough, and it's been picked up by Blake. Blake with the transition. Very quick, very slick, and in for the 2. That right hand of his is just lethal.
That is just another great example of understanding that the defense is transitioning and is able to get into the key to score.
That's great work from Zuzua. He saw that he had that upper hand from that little slip, got around, raced in, charged in, two in the pot.
Just half a step in front of the defense, and Zuzua is in the key in a flash.
That's because he read it well. Zuzua up to 12 points now. Domingos. As Castro doesn't manage to keep the ball, Tabby's just behind him, making life a little bit more complicated for him.
Castro trying to back himself in a back to the basket scenario against David.
What does Sergio Moreno mean there?
I think actions and sign language very clear there from Coach Moreno.
Junior Madud, Domingos. Oh, they've stolen the ball. There's no clean passes available. And Gaku drives in for the two.
There's an example of why Madud is going to be a target. He could not commit the foul. Gaku leans right in. Madud put his hands open and had to accept the score from Gaku.
Need a bit more movement here, Dar City. He's pushed. That might be an offensive. I think it's going against Azua as his arm came away. Drove straight into Blake, who went down. And made it very visible for everybody to see. Separation of that left arm from the side.
Just overcommits with the left arm, trying to create some space. You have to credit defensive pressure from Blake securing the turnover.
Domingos, 16 points, the advantage. And Castro with the foul, and that will be Castro's third foul. It's an offensive foul.
17 turnovers here from Dar City.
There you go, that was the foul just taken out through Tommy. Foster can produce big plays. He's got 4 points so far. Goes for the three. Rolls out the backyard. It just gets passed out. And a little touch, it will be Petro de Luanda who will have possession here. Castro comes off the floor. Moreira will take over.
Going a little bit bigger inside the paint to see if they can match up with the presence there of David. And also just a better back to the basket player.
That's only because you want to see those, big boys, battle. The clash of the titans in the paint makes you drool. Q. Little bit of frustration there for Tabby. He's only just been on for a few minutes now, but picking up his third foul, and that's the second team foul for Dar City. Not the ideal scenario. You got Junior Madud on 4, you've got Tabid on 3, you got 2 threes on the other side. Mine with Elonu and Castro. It's not just anybody, but they are bench players if you think about it. He's just knocking it down. Domingos moves up to 10 points. First player into double figures. Pretty much everybody who spent time on the floor scored.
Works around the screen there, does Domingos to get the wide open look.
Just rolls out the side there from Junior Madud. 18-point advantage. Moreira, lovely touch. Down on the ground. Domingos
goes down hard, and again trying to work that pick and roll with Pereira. They have great synergy, but didn't see the contact scenario away from the ball. See the cut in there, and the hand from David comes down hard, and there's the finish there from Pereira.
I don't think he was aware that it was all accidental. It's just because his hand was coming down. He's got to put it somewhere. He was looking the other way. There was definitely no malice involved there. It was purely accidental.
Looked inadvertent, especially in the replay. 20-point differential.
Nice pass, the bounce pass there, and a chance for Foster. Can't get the point, can't get it over the top of the rim. It's been picked up here by Blake, he's got Moreira, he goes all the way. That right hand of his is just, it's a weapon.
The chase down block from Gaku is what makes that play so special. He comes in on the defensive side, and then another point from turnover.
That's great work from Sasua. He drew the foul there. That's going to be Gaku who's going to pick up his second personal.
They are now just
look at that through the legs, love it.
Getting into the flow of their offense. All right, Petro and Suzuka are trying to do his job on the other side. This is where Petro are extremely dangerous. They can change their style of play up on a snap of a finger.
This is if you're playing against a different team. You can pick your winner. Did you know that? BAL.nba.com/team vote. Who are you going to vote for?
Well, right now the fan vote suggests that Dar City is where your vote should go. Who are you going to vote for?
I'm commentating. I got no time to vote. You guys can vote. You're the voters out there. Come on, get your votes in. Domingos. Loads of Tanzanians who want to get behind Dar City, of course. Same for the Angolans, who goes over the top there from Domingos, doesn't fall. Foster need a little bit of zip in their game. There's a Moreira foul there. Puts his hand up to say, yep, I'm a little bit responsible for the connection there. It's his second personal and a third for the Angolans.
Michael Foster seen some limited touches of that 37-point performance. We went 6 of 8 from the three-point line against our athletes. There's a timeout called on the floor. 20-point game.
You said it.
All right, Victoria, it's time for them fighting games. Better we
We're now in Akajiro National Park. It's a home of the Big Five. I fell in love in Kigali. People like to enjoy life. This was my dream since I was a kid, walking with the gorillas every day.
There is something really magical about Luanda National Forest. This is our little piece of heaven.
Rwanda is a place that everybody should really visit. Welcome to Rwanda.
Okay, I see blue. I see blue. Can you teach me how to doggy? Okay, blue, I don't know. All right, Victoria. That is your winner.
The Mazanzi dance cam is on cue. I saw you moving and doing your stuff. You love it.
Some things are best left off camera. That's all I'll say about that.
You've actually got some, you got a little bit of rhythm. I like it.
Very little.
You got coordination of some kind. I can't. Let's not go into it.
No,
you're doing all right.
Let's watch the coordination unfold on the floor.
Still some work to do. Oh, there's just not falling. I'm just teasing it. Of course, as everybody knows, kind of. Stop it. Stop me. Lukeni, Gaku, quick to go around using the glass in it. He's really good at those really quick, fast, accelerated plays. Driving into the paint and using the glass very well.
Perfectly done there by Gaku. Puts the ball on the floor, gets into his 2 steps, and that layup is easy for him.
Junior Madut working his magic. Zuzua love to ignite his firework display from distance. Goes up for a mid-range 2. It just rolls back out. There's a chance there for Tabit to try and get the ball, but it's off the foot, so they will regain possession here. Dar City.
The pressure and intensity from the Petro defense is so disruptive. You won't find an uncontested shot. You see the contest there, the loose ball falls in the hands of Tabit. But in the last 6 minutes, Dar City have been limited to 4 points.
Junior Madut goes up for a 3-shot. It's safe at the back by Gaku. Domingos. Lukeni for 3. Front rim. Oh, back into the hands, a little bit fortunate, down into the corner. That's beautifully set up. Down it goes, drained there by Foster.
Big quiet, and in transition, this might help spark the offense of Foster. He goes up to 6 points.
It's a good pass as well from Zuzua. Saw it, understood, read the play. 3:17, driving up again. You can see Blake is at it this time. The accelerator button that they press means it's just go, 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 overdrive.
It almost works on every player in the team. They are just so in sync.
Utomi, very close to making contact there. He did well, Junior Madut, to not make the foul on 4. Again, into the paint, Moreira. Oosh. Who's made contact there? Is it Utomi, I think? On Moreira.
execute the fundamentals so well when they are playing at most times. You see the extra pass there from Lukeni. The foul is drawn as Moreira attacks the rim aggressively.
It's Tabid who's picked up his 4th personal. Well, that's 2 players who are in serious foul trouble with 2:52 left in this 3rd quarter. 2 players who are in the starting 5 for Dar City, who are key players. Extract them from the equation. It's a different game altogether.
38 points in the paint for Petro de Luanda compared to the 14 from Dar City. Now, this is where they do miss D-Mish because his playmaking to get inside, help shift the ball, and find them paint penetration opportunities. They definitely has shifted their style of play without having him there. And right now, the dominance from Petro comes from their ability to get inside.
And then all of a sudden, you've got Jock and Buyamba who come on, and Childe Dundao to replace Lukeni, Gaku, and Domingos Q. It's just, you know, it's just an endless supply of assets that are capable of changing the whole outcome of the game. It's impressive.
There's no drop-off. Pace and intensity stays the same. And the defense holds strong.
Moreira knocks down his 2nd. This is the first, 2:52 left in the 3rd. Tunema Duit still battling hard for contact, being flat and Jock on the ground, and a look of frustration in the eyes of Utomi.
Well, Jock Campbell's tries to play the passing lane, misses the opportunity, get caught on the back of Utomi, and the outstretched arm, I think, comes across to hit him on the face, and that's how the foul gets called.
Uzodinma Daniel Utomi, the Nigerian-American.
Just that outstretched arm flings back.
I think there was a little bit of contact around the waist beforehand, so he's a little bit unlucky there. That's gone high. It hasn't fallen. There's contact. Both on 5-team fouls. Dundao, pacey, as slippery as an oil slick, isn't he? Landor with his 3rd foul.
Turns out the speed at will. Oil slick is absolutely correct. Just the way that he's able to slide by defenders. Scoring is absolutely dried up here for Dar City. A rare miss again for Childe Dundao at the free throw line. They go 11 of 16 now, 72%.
5 from 7. That's 6 from 8 for the Angolan. Ali Farage on the floor. Little stint in the 1st quarter. Here's Landor, goes to work on Moreira. Oh, that's off the glass. And that is brilliant. Moreira was committed the foul there.
Definitely displaying the characteristics of a paint beast. Just going to work here. Catches and goes old school back to the basket. Able to drop it off.
But he's burly, you know. That's the fourth personal for Moreira, who will make way for Elonu, who is also on the cusp of foul trouble with 3. So it's quite well balanced to some extent. I'm just a bit worrying for Dar City just because of the depth of the bench for Petro. And Landor up to 11 points. Congratulations, young man. Félicitations. Le Malian has made it. 11 points.
This has been a very good debut for him. He's showcased quite a lot, and I think one thing I really have seen is his accuracy from the free throw line. 5 of 6 right now. That's where he's got the majority of his points.
Shot clock down to 5. Farage trying to keep Dundao in check. Tries to float it over the top. He is just unbelievable, isn't he? Smallest guy on the floor. Still manages to go high with the drive into the paint, over the top of outstretched fingers, branches, call them what you like.
Basketball wizardry from Childe Dundao.
Yeah, definitely. 1:34 left to play. Farage, now he's got to move. Oh, there's the pass. It's a fabulous touch. That's really good work. Very impressive with Utomi, moves up to double figures.
Second time we've seen them get the ball inside the paint and drive home the conversion.
Still not able to just get in below that 20-point barrier. Despite their battlings, Elonu, 4th quarter might be a turnaround as Dundao scores more points. He's up to 16 now.
Again, use his speed and his body, just get away from the defense and pick up an easy 2 points on the backdoor cut.
We'll call that 14, not 16. Is Zua. Faraj goes for a 3-shot. High. Oh! Delivers from the air. Skybound, inbound. The 3-shot there.
Picture perfect from Ali Faraj.
First points of the BAL Kalahari Conference for him as well. Comes from a big, long-distance shot. 32 seconds left to play. And 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Dundao gets rid of his man, but there's an offensive foul in the process. Faraj and Dundao will pick up his first foul. I think it came from Lonu,
yes.
And that's his 4th. Okay, so the 2 biggest players for Petro de Luanda, there it is, just nudging Faraj to force him down to the ground, are in foul trouble.
Often the most difficult thing to do is to set a screen on smaller defenders, and you can see just there, because it's difficult for Elono to get into a position where you can effectively screen a smaller guard.
Then you shift your hips, and all of a sudden it's like you're falling off a cliff.
Well,
Zuzua goes up. Oh, look at that. Elono with the block. Fast acceleration. Dundao! Well, there's the hand that goes up. I made the foul there, it says Faraj.
First, the defense from Elono.
Whoosh. That's you're not coming through, young man. I'm too big for you. He's quite close, though.
And yeah,
Zuzua.
Other side is the speed of that man to now see just really orchestrate the offense in this 3rd quarter.
A slick in process. 20-point lead, 5.6 left to play. And again, shooting blindly from the free throw line. Elono goes off. Castro comes on for this last play. Just to add a bit of muscle to the defensive game, just to try and stop Dar City from scoring. There it is. Got to get the ball moving. Got to get the shot in. Faraj, he's got to let it go. Boys. He's just not quick enough to get that ball up in the air. The pass was a good idea, but it was too late. Needed to lift it up. So we end this 3rd quarter. The 22 differential Dar City trail Petro de Luanda.
All right, Pretoria, it's time for the Baba Safari races. To Baba's side, that section to his right is the Baba section. To my left is the Symptom section. Now, you have 2 animals. My section has the zebra. Baba has the giraffe. The first animal to come here is going to win, and we play on behalf of Ahmed and behalf of Chaba. So the Dome section, make sure you win it for Chaba. Baba section, please make sure you win it for Ahmed. Are you guys ready? Please don't hold the animal. Now, Dome section, Baba leads me from last year 6-3. So we have 3 wins, he has 6. Can we change that? Baba said, are you guys not going to continue winning? Are we going to see? Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, release the animals. Bring the gun out. Where's the zebra? Bring the zebra. Where's the giraffe? Bring it, yes. Bring the gun, yes. I said no. Move that. Why is the giraffe? Guys, we need to go. I see the zebra. Don't kill that zebra. Don't kill that zebra. Yes. Why? No. Zebra. Zebra. Bring it in.
And the Baba's Safari Races is keeping all of the fans very happy here with the animal race. I'll tell you about it another day.
Well, unreal atmosphere here. Sunbelt Arena, 3 of 12 for Petro de Luanda. The shooting from the outside hasn't deterred from the execution on the interior, because 59% on 77 points, and they have just excellently executed and this helped them pick up a 22-point lead against very tough opponents in Dar City.
4 players foul trouble going into this 4th and final quarter. That will play on how this game pans out. Let's see how physical these two teams are going into this. Picked up here by Foster Buyamba. Gets the ball to Achomi. Faraj back to Achomi. Long range shot from Faraj goes high. It's just come out the back end, collected there by Blake. Castro. And that was close from Landor. And he will pick up his 4th foul as well. 3 players on 4 fouls now for Dar City.
This is, again, work from Blake. The vision to find Castro right in the space forces the foul from Landor. Once the catch was made, you have to make a decision, foul or let it go, and the foul is given.
All the bigs in foul trouble. Foster will probably be the biggest forward left on the floor once if the other guys go. Tabi. And there, of course, we can see Junior Madud, but Landor, of course, being one of the biggest guys on the floor.
He's a supreme athlete, is Clusio Castro, Angolan international. He's part of the 2025 AfroBasket. He also spent the season in Portugal. And, well, he continues to just build and develop his defensive prowess, and we keep seeing the evolution in his offensive game, because I believe he's one of the best athletes in the league right now.
Yeah, intense moments off the bench every single time. Blocks, steals. Job goes up. Just gets knocked out of bounds by Foster. So another bit of frustration there. It's just not going perfectly as planned. Got to get those rebounds and make the ball safe. Buyamba for a 3-shot. Knocks it down. Quality.
Who hits that shot?
That's trigonometry.
Perfection.
Zuzua. That's a long-range shot coming in just a little bit to the right of the basket. Taken forward, done now. This is the fast sweeping moves that they like to produce. Blake for a lovely shot on the edge of the D. And that's a big score. And a 2-point shot.
Gideon Blake is a bucket getter. He's just able to score at will. You see the work he does there in that one-on-one scenario.
But Landor. Buyamba getting his hands in there. That's been picked up by Foster. Foster for a 3-shot. Good work from Tavion Blake once again. Done now. Lots of options over on the other side. Jark sees it, goes around Landor, drives in. That was just brilliant vision.
Again, they are taking advantage of every opportunity given. Peter Jark thought about it, turned the defender, but got the 2 points on the interior.
55-84.
Halftime performance presented by Petro de Luanda. That's coming on Sunday, April 5th. First matchup in halftime. We don't understand, so
It began with a dream of connecting the heart of Africa to the world. The first pioneers were brave, venturing into skies unknown, and today the same spirit lives on. Luanda soars higher, carrying dreams and stretching our frontiers. It's not just a flight, it's an experience, the kind where every detail is designed to make you feel at home. Luanda is more than an airline. We are a bridge between Africa and the world, between you and your dreams. Welcome to Kigali.
I'll show you how
Okay, let's have a look at some of the plays. This is the dunk of the game, this one.
This should be aligned with pass of the game as Valente catches that one in full flow. And you see the detonation close to the rim.
tunnel vision of the game and dunk of the game all in one. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Supreme athleticism from that man, Milton Valente.
55-84. Yeah, Valente coming in and making waves here in Pretoria, making headlines. Standout performances every single time. Junior Madud. That's a good pass. And Londo, is he going to go all the way? Dundao, of course, every single time. Behind the back pass! Oh my! Buyamba can't finish it off. That was going to be one blockbuster poster dunk. Or play. Picked up by Otomi.
A great miss that was from Petro in transition.
Great score from Otomi. Some of those moments can get in their way as well.
Maybe a chance here for Dar City to just build some momentum of their own. One more stop, one more transition basket makes it a little bit more interesting for Dar.
Dundao. High over the top, good rebounding from Foster. Junior Madut. 3-shot. That's a great. He did so well. If only he would have just managed to get the 2, but he goes straight to the free throw line. He's going to try and extend his tally from 11 to 13 from the free throw line.
So you're in transition. Nothing that Javion Blake could do, just outmatched physically, strength-wise and height-wise. And Landor just picks up the rebound. Buyamba comes in on the help.
Yeah, a bit of a mismatch there, wasn't it? He was perfectly placed to get hold of the pass. Like the way they moved into that position very quickly as well. It's something that they need to take advantage of.
Do believe we'll see a review of that play, and the referees now, while they huddle up to have a conversation around the contact inside the plate.
Well, we'll take a look at the the images and take a look. It's the coach's challenge from Bappy Gay.
Everybody, we've got a very special guest in the house, a businesswoman and reality TV personality.
But it can't be on the foul.
Looking to upgrade the foul.
Make some noise for Andy and Tempo.
Looking to see if they can upgrade the foul because the Buyamba comes in on the help, and whether there's a legitimate attempt on the ball or whether it was just to create the contact to defer the shot.
Well, anything to make it more complicated, or to make life more complicated for Petro de Luanda, they'll do whatever they can. I mean, it's a big lead. It really is. It's a 27-point lead. You want to take as much as you can. Luanda will take whatever he can from this as well. We'll get the verdict in a minute, but Petro de Luanda on the cusp of moving through to the finals in Rwanda. They get their 3rd victory from 4. Didn't start well. They lost against the Tigers, and then all of a sudden they managed to battle back and get the 3 in a row, potentially, if they win this one.
They have been, at the Angolan champions, they have been the most consistent team in the Basketball Africa League for the last 6 seasons. They've never missed the playoffs, and they continue to just showcase what consistency looks like. The style of play, that jersey grab is why Coach Mabige wanted the challenge and why he's looking for young sportsman-like call on Buyamba.
Didn't see it from the angle that we had, and that's the quality of the TV production team, seeing and spotting absolutely everything. They saw the shirt pull, and of course straight up to discuss with the match commissioner to establish who's Abdelaziz Abbasi of Tunisia. Upgrade.
So a successful coach's challenge it is. Foul is upgraded, so 2 shots plus possession. He said just a chance here for Dar City to build a little momentum.
Puppy Gay, there he is. Previous coach of the year with AS Tuan. Took the team all the way to the 2023 final. Former coach of Uranani and the Senegalese national team, of course.
So
knocks down the first one. Londour up to 12.
I think the basket did. So he gets the and one opportunity, completes the 3-point play, and it is Dar City basketball.
So the 26-point lead, they got the ball in their hands. Zuzua.
And that is where the confusion comes in. So,
and the points weren't added, I don't think. It should be 2 shots, and the basket wasn't added to the tally either. So I think he gets to go to the free throw line for the second shot, and they get possession on the sideline, and that score stays the same.
okay, so now it's cleared up because they get a second shot as well.
And then they get possession on the sideline. And Londo trying to become, he gets the second shot as well. He's up to 13 points, level with the Tommy, one behind Zuzua. You give him floor time, he delivers.
Been fantastic as Luanda.
25-point lead. Petro de Luanda, and a chance to deliver. Junior Madud up against Dundar. You got to be careful, got to be wily, you got to be fox-like, because that's what happens otherwise. Very quick Dundar into the middle lane. They were queuing up to score that. Brilliant end with Jock moving up to double figures. He's got 10.
So quickly they are able to convert in transition. Once again, you see Petro's powers on the fast break.
Nearly a good rebound, but it's picked up by Dundar. It's just opened up. He's going to just stand on the side. No! Look at that, Castro. But what a pass, the vision. The pass from that man, Dundar.
The goggles came out from Childe Dundar, and well, the goggles deserve to be out. That was a superb pass.
Londour in the paint, needs to keep hold of possession. Oh, the bounce pass to Junior Madud, doesn't manage to keep the ball. And is that number 5 for Junior Madud, or is that just the ball going out of play? I think it's just going to be Petro again.
And you look here, and the pass inside. Claudio Castro doesn't need a second invitation, but that bounce pass, so superb. Spider vision.
And Londour, it is Dar City out to Utomi, trying to get the ball into the hands of the giant Malian Londour. Good work from Castro defensively. He's on 3 fouls, 5:57 left to play. 3.8 seconds on the shot clock to try and get a look, get a shot, got to shoot. Zuzua knows that. Rebound made, saved by Castro.
27 defensive rebounds. That's what they've accumulated so far. 24 rebounds in entirety for Dar City.
Oh, it was out of bounds. Zuzua unable to keep that ball in play. It was set up for an alley-oop of some kind. I don't think they were ready to connect properly.
They will execute.
9 on the shot clock. Dundar. 4 goes around. Mid-range 2, off balanced as usual. The wizardry, the acrobatic element of his game is second to none here in Africa.
Absolutely magical from Childe Dundar, up to 18 points now.
Long range shot this time going, oh, knocking it down. Utomi up to 16. Big score, but a big moment.
Perfect reply that from Utomi. But the lead is substantial here for Petro de Luanda.
28. Blake, top of the D. Zuzua, he's got 14 points. Utomi off the iron. Buyamba collects. He's at it again, down into the corner this time. Lukeni for a 3-shot. Zuzua makes it safe this time.
Finds the wide open shooter. Lukeni can't knock that open shot down.
Oh, that's good work. Really good work from Landor. And that's for foul number 4 for Castro.
Proving his value over and over again inside the paint. Fearless is this young man. See, just half a step, great position, superb finish.
It's the way that he uses his body in there as well. You know, he's coming up against a seasoned defensive player in Castro. Just gets around it, knows that Castro's prone to making the foul, and does enough, and then rises up and, then, of course, draws the foul. Brilliant play. And his free throw shots are really good as well. He's up to 16. He's joint leading this Dar City scoreboard alongside Utomi.
7 of 8 from the free throw line. That is just great work.
And that work is the key word. He's got to this point because he's worked hard. All credit. Keep on working until you become the best. Kundao is one of them. Elonu does well. Up and under.
Because he's got 4 fouls, he has to also be very aware to avoid the contact situations inside the paint on the defensive side.
Bites his time. The long door down into the corner. Foster gets a little bit of space. That's just pure net there from Foster.
Foster finding his touch. Maybe a little too late, but that will give him some confidence.
Lukeni's just driving through. They just got caught napping at the back there. Look at that, 53 points off the bench to 19 for Dar City. 53, that's 41.
Outrageous in your words.
Oh, I like it. A floater over the top coming in from Utomi. He's up to 18 now. Points are going to be important, of course. We talk about the differential. Dar City will know that. Petro will know that they will qualify with this win here today. Set up for Elonu. We can't drain. Zuzua. Coast to coast, little bit of action. Net again. 3 points for Utomi.
Well, not happy with what's happening is Coach Moreno. Probably might be the happier of the coaches in that last little passage of play. 3-point line finally providing some joy. Utomi there, sits up, lines up, knocks down.
It's the Utomi autonomy.
Pure individual work.
73-94, there we go. Coach Sergio Moreno with the call to the sideline to just get a temperature check. But we can take a look at the play of the game. Just look at this. That setup, top quality there. Started up with Zuzua. Unselfish passing from Utomi into the hands of Foster. Down it goes. It's been drained. We'll put the points on the scoreboard and the poster in the Louvre.
And the poster goes all the way in the Louvre. And then talk about a poster. This is a blocker of the game. And Zuzua, while he had ambitions of putting that down on the 39-year-old Elonu, and he said, no, no, no.
Elon, no, 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 no. You said it.
Basketball is such a strange game because coming into this one, Utomi was 3 of 22 on perimeter attempts in his first 3 games. Goes 4 for 8 in this one and powers his way to 16 points on the back of some really great long-range shooting.
Two more days of the Kalahari Conference left to play, and place is still up for grabs, of course, for the finals in Rwanda at the end of May. There's the running, there's the dancing, there's the skipping, the fox-like chicanery of Childe Dundao, a marvel at the acrobatics. But Lukeni, little fallback 2 shot that just adds to the tally. 96, they're going to hit the 100-point marker again, I think, Hugh.
At this rate, and the way that they execute, I can almost guarantee that we'll see that happen.
That's a good score there for Zuzua. He's up to 16 now. This tally's a good tally. But he would have preferred if they were on the winning side.
21 points. That's the differential.
2 minutes.
And Dundao, I mean, look, he's unbelievable. Oh. And you don't want that man, Petro de Luanda, just falling on top of it.
Agility and speed. That utilizes it so well.
5 fouls for Luanda. The Malian will walk now. He's put in a massive shift. He's put in a major landmark performance, and his first ever, BAL season, of course. BAL Elevate player. 5 fouls for him. He'll walk with 16 points. And to be honest with you, he's been outrageously good, and he's 17 years of age.
8 of 9 from the free throw line. So he's able to draw contact and then convert at a high clip from a charity strike. But his presence in the paint was well noted, and I think a great performance all around. And he can definitely take this moment and put it in his career highlight book.
We will see him soon. And he's going to be... he's going to be playing with Dar City, of course, in their final game. But I'm just saying that he's going to be big. He's going to be big wherever he plays. He's going to be big.
You would really get a good idea why he's on the radar of scouts globally, and he showcases it, being given the opportunity by Dar City. 26 minutes, 16 points and 3 boards.
Back out. Just on the right side of the line there, and Zazua gets fouled there. Buyamba is going to pick up the foul. He's not very happy. He's not very happy with that. And that's Zazua. Can understand why. Let's have a look at this again. Yeah, Elonu just blocking his arm. It was a pretty heavy challenge there, sandwiched by the 2 bigs. Elonu with he's on 4 fouls.
Well, the head coach challenge comes on in.
Initial call.
Petro trying to see if they can get back this possession. Zazua attacking the rim, and you talked about the 100-point mark, but maybe just to get the possession back with 1:39 left. Challenge here on the inside.
And I think to just, stall it, they expect the best, Petro de Luanda. I think that, just knowing what they've managed to achieve over the years, semi-finalists is basically, they really know the BAL better than anybody else. So they'll take whatever they can from anything they can. And Sergio Moreno or Jose Neto or anybody who's actually been at the helm of Petro de Luanda, which are, those 2 coaches, we know exactly, what they expect. And it's perfection, the best.
Excellence. That's what's expected. And you spoke about discipline. Discipline is expected. And the only way you get excellence in execution is through discipline and coupling that with athletic ability.
Ashley Birch. And it was successful, the coach's challenge. Israel Zazua is frustrated with that. He claims that there was contact. He claims that there was a foul.
Petro basketball, nonetheless.
And Lukeni has a double dribble there, and he forced it on him, Israel Zazua, without getting too frustrated with the situation. And all of a sudden, Sergio Moreno gets possession, but all of a sudden it goes back the other way. So it works out for Dar City at the end, and it doesn't work out for the Spanish coach Moreno.
Well, sometimes basketball players believe in instant karma, and they say the ball doesn't lie. And you see, Petro de Luanda, they've got 5 players in double digits now. Blake Domingos, Ndao, Peter Jock, and Gonsalves.
Yeah, it's a big scenario. Oh, he's trying to drive it down there. Zazua let out some of that steam. There's the drive through. It comes out to Lucani. Lucani trying to shake off Junior Madut, still on the floor. Can you imagine? He's been on 4 fouls for literally the entire second half. Domingos down into the corner. Jock trying to spin off Foster. It's short. Junior Madut, it's 50 seconds left to play here. And Junior Madut going for a big long 3 shot. Back out Elonu with the rebound. Domingos. 2 more points, they hit the 100-point barrier. A little bit too short for Buyamba. There's the drive. Back into the hands of Domingos. There it is, Jock. He's going to get, there you go, lay up to 100 they go. And a 25-point lead with 16 seconds left to play.
Well, they get to that 100-point mark, and nice finish there from Peter Jock. Thought he might have got away with the travel, but they'll take the 2 points nonetheless.
Zazua with his shot as it goes out of bounds with 1.9 seconds left to play. Well, it's there's the handshakes there already between Happy Gay and Sergio Moreno. They know that it's over. And there is the final buzzer. And another 100-point scoreline there for Petro de Luanda. Congratulations with that victory. The 2024 champions will go through to the finals in Rwanda. Final score, Dar City 75, Petro de Luanda 100. And the Angolan champions are going back to try and go and win another title. 23-20, the final 4th quarter tally. And strong statement there for Petro de Luanda. Lost their opening and then battled back as expected. And despite 10 of their 3 points from the 29 that they took, not enough. 3 of 17 for Petro de Luanda. The rebounds, they were all over it. The assists, field goal percentage, 40 out of 70. They just managed to get lots of players getting double figures. You look at Blake, you look at Domingos, Dundao with 20 points, and Jock getting himself 12, and Lucani 11. Just want to say, standout performance from Amadou Landor, the 17-year-old who's got 16 points for Dar City, 21 for Atomi, and Zuzua getting 16. And victory for Alali Libya earlier today, who beat Thunder, and Dar City losing to Petro de Luanda. Dar City with their final game tomorrow against the Tigers of Rwanda, followed by the Joburg Giants, who are up against Alali Libya. Last couple of days of action. Petro de Luanda moved to the top with 3 wins and 1 defeat, and will be going through to the finals in Rwanda. And the Tigers already going through, of course, with that 3-0 scenario. They play their 4th game tomorrow. Let's hear from Childe Dundao, the MVP, who's joined Q on the sideline.
Childe, congratulations. In that second half, what is it about your team that you're able to turn a switch and just find ways to win?
Keep defense. We know we're going to win the game in the defense, so we go to the locker room and we come back to only defense.
In terms of your game, you scored 20 points this one. Do you feel the responsibility as the captain to continue to lead in terms of scoring?
Yeah, I always try to do my best. I always try to help my team. So I give all I think, all I want, all I have every time. So that's why I scored 20 points.
And just what from this performance would you want to take into the last game, just in terms of you guys closing out the Kalahari Conference?
Consistency and confidence, because we need this win to guarantee the second phase. So that's why we know we try to do everything we can to win the game.
Congratulations today.
Thank you.
Shielded and now, there he is, and Petro de Luanda victorious once again. They will be going to Rwanda. We'll see you tomorrow for the penultimate day of action of the Kalahari Conference. Goodbye, and see you tomorrow.